Please help support the channel by visiting our Amazon store for such products like the Blue Yeti microphone, affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and you know, YouTube is my life. I think there is no other way to describe it. I love my job. I love my career. I love quite a few of the people that I've met on here. They're amazing, awesome, kick-ass people that I can't wait to see in a few months in April at Kilroy and then in June at VidCon. And that being said, when I come across a story like this of a YouTuber that is gunned down or a YouTuber that has died or a YouTuber that has had something tragic happen to them, I feel like it impacts me a little bit. It's simply because we share the same space. And while we don't know each other, we've never interacted, you know, there's I don't know, millions of accounts maybe. We're all, I think, in the same boat, and it can happen to any one of us. You know, and this isn't like some stupid diss track stuff with Jake Paul or anything along those lines. It's literally just someone who was, well, a teen YouTuber was gunned down after hurling an insult at a cartel boss. The world we live in. It says here that a Mexican YouTuber known for sharing videos of him drinking to excess. Okay, sorry. Was gunned down after hurling an insult at a notorious cartel boss on social media. This, again, is a problem with social media. It gets you into more trouble. Social media has done more in the last 10 years to destroy lives than it has to really help them. You know what I mean? It really hasn't done much. But this guy is known for making videos showing him drinking to excess under the age of 18. Well, he's in Mexico, so I don't know what the legal drinking age is there. Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales, better known as the Pirate of Culiacán, was just 17, but had amassed thousands of followers on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, where he posted pictures and videos of himself downing bottles of booze or standing alongside scantily clad Latina women, large quantities of marijuana, or shiny sports cars. As seems to be the norm when it comes to people who use Instagram. Right. But I love that the article is just like, well, the guy was pretty prominent on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, but he's also a YouTuber. It just goes to show you that you can't necessarily lock any of us down in any particular way. You know what I mean? Like we kind of end up all over. We go everywhere, because at this point, it's better to describe everyone as not being a YouTuber or an Instagrammer or a Twitter personality or a Facebooker. It's just an influencer is the word. I'm not even a huge fan of that word, to be honest with you. I find it to be kind of like, feels corporate-y to me. You know what I mean? Like, it feels super, and I'm a capitalist, but even that feels like, I'm like, no. Anyway, in one recent video, Rosales apparently insulted Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes. I butchered that name. I apologize. Oh, wait, no. I care about this guy. Also known as El Mencho, the head of the new Generation Cartel of Jalisco. Saying here that, well, basically, peel my cock is what he said to him. But look at that kid. He's got a baby face out there going like, peel my cock. Yeah, man, I don't think I'd be afraid of you myself. Now, it's no laughing matter. I just want to make that abundantly clear. It feels like, come on, it feels like such like a 17-year-old thing to do, right? Like, you're just going to jump on Instagram because this is where it was, and then be all like, you know, hey, peel my cock. I'm guessing, I'm trying to think of the I'm assuming that would probably mean that he's uncut. Yeah, probably. I guess that's what when these things are said, I'm trying to like think of like where it would come from or how it would be used in a sentence. But ultimately, I think that's what it boils down to. Now, a short time later on Monday, 4 men armed with long weapons stormed into a bar and opened fire at a table where Rosales was sitting and executed the team, riddling him with 15 bullets. Other local Mexican media outlets said he was hit as many as 18 times. Now, that is a straight up hit. That is a straight up execution. 4 men with long weapons, right? You got to love the long weapons. By the way, it's illegal to own any gun in Mexico. So, you know, these are some cartel peeps. Rolled on into a bar and gunned him down Godfather style. You know, that's some hardcore stuff right there. I mean, think about that. They went that hardcore crazy on a 17-year-old kid who threw out some shade on Instagram, right? It's one of the things I've noticed when it comes to this type of patriarchal, like, Latin culture, is that feminism could probably do well in that culture. And I don't mean that to be kind of like a dick. I mean that literally. It's like, you know, we argue here in the States that feminists, you know, why are they here? Like, you're fine. You can vote. You can do all these things. You have equality. But if you go to other countries like the Middle East, where women are forced to wear, you know, full body, you know, hijabs and everything else, or nijabs or whatever they're called, you know, and they can't, well, now they can drive cars in Saudi Arabia, but otherwise they weren't allowed to prior to this year. And, you know, all the other subjective stuff that they have to deal with that keeps them locked down, especially when it comes to cultures like in, you know, like the toxic masculinity from cartel heads in Mexico. You figure they might be able to point their attention to that, but they won't. They won't. They don't want to end up like this kid here. That's for certain. Investigators are trying to determine if the attack was connected to his crude comment towards a cartel leader. In a more recent video, Rosales invited people to visit the bar, announcing his whereabouts to his trove of followers. And this, hey, listen, straight up, that's a fear, man. That's a fear for like a lot of content creators across any social media spectrum. When you sit there and you put out where you're going to be, you don't know who's going to show up. Not everyone out there is universally liked. I mean, for as big as, let's say, Jake Paul is, there are people out there that legitimately hate this guy, that they legitimately want to see him just taken down. And, you know, it can happen. I mean, there was the one girl in Florida, I forget her name right now, who was killed, the YouTuber who could sing. She was killed. You know, so again, it can happen. Boogie 298 has talked about people showing up at his front door. They found out where he lived and they went to his house. That is frightening. That's scary. And that's precisely why you got to be very careful about that. But he probably thought that he was in a public location. He probably thought that he was in, you know, a bar. No one's gonna mess with him in a bar because there's other people that are around, except for 4 dudes with long guns who came in and shot him anywhere between 15 and 18 times. So yeah, it's always something to consider. Rosales, according to El Pais, was born in Sinaloa, a stone's throw from the hometown of notorious cartel leader Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, but moved at age 15 to Culiacán in search for a better life. He began washing cars for money, but soon became known for downing large quantities of alcohol on social media, despite not being of legal age to drink in Mexico. That sounds about right. When I say that, what I mean is, it's kind of like, think about this. Like, his story is like he moved at the age of 15 to Culiacán to search for a better life. Found himself a job washing cars. You know, the daily grind, 9 to 5. Always wanting more, always wanting to be a success, always wanting to be the man he is meant to be. Then one day, he discovered tequila. And he had a smartphone. So he chugged a bottle. And off his journey went. I mean, you could see like someone writing some kind of like fable around this guy. You know, like that. It strikes me as odd, like the people's beginnings in certain places. You know, people will sit there and tell me like, "Oh, you're just known for Gamergate." No, I've done a lot more, but I mean that helped absolutely. But I feel bad for this kid. Don't get me wrong. I'm kind of like, you know, talking about it, but I feel bad. I don't want this kid dead. But that's some crazy stuff right there. A YouTuber shot and killed by cartel men in a hit at a bar because he basically told a cartel leader to suck him off. I mean, it really makes you question some of the things you say on here, right? It should make you question, because again, you never know. Like, this is actually ultimately is a warning for any content creator out there, like that wants to just run their mouth. And trust me, there are many who like to run their mouth. I myself did it back in the day. Not proud of it. Never told someone to suck me off. But the whole point there is that these are things that should be looked at as a warning. Now, he soon began making appearances with local bands, telling Univision in June that he ultimately wanted a career in music instead of being known as a youngster with an affinity for beer, whiskey, and vodka, which career goals are good. Mexican newspaper reposted the clip that may have led to his death on Twitter on Tuesday, showing the seemingly intoxicated Rosales talking trash about the cartel leader in public, quickly garnering a disapproval groan from at least one man. And so somebody there wrote, so he signed his death warrant. The newspaper had posted this and then said he signed his death warrant. That's pretty sad, man. That's pretty sad. You know, that this guy right here signed his death warrant by just mouthing off on social media. And like I said, these, you know, there's consequences to these actions. You have to really worry about this kind of stuff because there are always going to be consequences to these sorts of things. But I want to know your thoughts about this. Do you think that this is kind of like a warning to others, like don't be an idiot? Or do you think that this is just a tragic one-off experience? I want to know your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been the Mundane Matt channel. If you guys haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe. I do post new content all the time. Apparently, there's a holiday drought going on, and I'm here to fill it. Here to wet your beak with my smooth voice and sexy Kevin Smith-esque demeanor. But also, if you guys want to see more videos from me, you can do so right now.